to the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Umoiti. The Nigeria Senate has urged President Bola Tinubu to toe the path of diplomatic engagement in the ongoing suspension of democracy in the neighboring Niger Republic. The upper chamber also says the letter read by its president, Godswill Akpabio, on Friday was not a call for war against the Niger Republic, but that the resolutions of ECOWAS leaders. Rising from a 2-hour closed-door session on Saturday, the upper chamber mandated its leadership to further engage with President Bola Tinubu on how best to resolve the crisis in Niger Republic in view of the cordial relationship between Nigerians and Nigerians. Akpabio explained that President Tinubu, by virtue of his correspondence, had not asked for Parliament's approval to go to war, as erroneously suggested in some quarters.
To deliberate on the executive communications sent to us by Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, in respect of the Niger situation. So at the closed session, the Senate considered the contents of the executive communication from Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who also doubles as the chairman of ECOWAS, on his request for support in the implementation of the resolutions of ECOWAS on the political situation in Niger Republic, and resolved as follows. 1. The Senate condemns in totality the military coup that took place recently in the Republic of Niger. 2. The Senate commends President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other heads of states and governments of ECOWAS for their prompt response and the positions taken on the unfortunate development in Niger Republic. 3. The Senate recognizes the fact that President Tinubu, by virtue of his correspondence, had not asked for approval of the Parliament or approval of this Senate to go to war, has been erroneously suggested in some quarters.
The Senate leadership called on President Tinubu, as the chairman of ECOWAS, to further encourage leaders of member countries to explore political and diplomatic options to resolving the crisis in Niger and return the country back to democratic governance.
It calls on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as chairman of ECOWAS, to further encourage other leaders of ECOWAS to strengthen their political and diplomatic options and other means with a view to resolving the political impasse in the Niger Republic. The Senate pledges the total support of the Senate and, by extension, the National Assembly to the ECOWAS leadership under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in resolving the political situation in Niger and returning the country to democratic governance in the nearest future.
Citizen FM's Omole Timothy reports that the Senate also called on the ECOWAS Parliament to rise to the occasion by equally condemning the coup, while also providing solutions to ending the crisis as soon as possible. The Joint Task Force of Operation Delta Safe says it has uncovered 3 reservoirs used for storing illegal refined products in Bayelsa. Speaking with reporters, the OPDS commander, who was represented by Olusegun Ferreira, a naval officer, said the reservoirs were found in a building along Tamara Street in the Biogbolo area of the state. 3 suspects who work at the facility and a woman said to be the wife of the owner of the facility were also arrested during the operations.
credible intelligence, the commander, Operation Delta Safe, directed a raid, a snap raid on a facility around Tamara Street, Biobolo, Bayelsa, which is being used as a reservoir for illegally refined products. And on reaching here, it was discovered that the facility is housing about 3 reservoirs with a cumulative quantity of about 35,000 liters of illegally refined products suspected to be AGO. The building has been taken over. We have 3 buildings and 3 dugout pits, with also a vehicle carrying jerrycans, about 38 jerrycans.
The People's Democratic Party in Benue State has accused the state governor, Reverend Father Isant Leah, of breaching the constitutional provision of submitting a list of commissioners to the State House of Assembly within 60 days in office. The State Publicity Secretary of the party, Bengba Lotheyon, stated this at the news briefing in Makurdi. The party regretted that the governor had breached the provision of the Constitution, stating that the letter the Speaker of the House of Assembly read on the floor of the House last Thursday was without names of commissioner nominees.
The state is under mandatory obligation of law to submit names of nominees for screening and confirmation as commissioners to be appointed into his cabinet within 60 days of his taking oath of office. However, the Benue State governor failed to adhere to this requirement of law.
Meanwhile, the ruling All Progressives Congress in the state has debunked the claim of the PDP, saying the names of the commissioner nominees were attached to the letter sent to the Assembly. According to Governor Isant Leah, the list of the commissioner nominees was submitted to the State Assembly, and he doesn't know where the PDP got this information.
60 days for the formation to be, for the names to be submitted and formation made. I fulfilled my constitutional right to do that. The letter was given, list was also made. It is left for the Assembly to announce when they want to do the screening. They have actually given me a date when they want to do that.
On the foreign scene, former U.S. President Donald Trump says he will petition to have a different judge oversee his historic criminal trial and for the case to be moved out of Washington. The twice impeached Republican has unleashed a stream of invectives against those prosecuting him or running the case, in which he faces charges over attempts to overturn the 2020 election results and defraud the United States.
We're not going to allow them to rig the presidential election of 2024 because our country's not going to survive. Joe Biden is the most incompetent and corrupt president in United States history. The Biden crime family was taking in money from China, Ukraine, Russia, and many, many other countries. And now, whenever more Biden corruption is exposed, his henchmen charge me with crimes. No, it's just a hoax. These guys, what they're doing with this election interference, and the Senate has to step up and do something. The House is doing a lot of things.
And for some sports stories now, Nigeria have bowed out of the 2023 FIFA World Cup, the Women's World Cup, after losing 4-2 to England on penalties. The round of 16 game ended goalless in normal and extra time at the Brisbane Stadium in Australia. But Joel Kelly scored the winning kick in the shootout to take European champions England, who had Lauren James sent off in normal time, through to a last 8 tie against Colombia or Jamaica. The Lioness won 4-2 on penalties to reach the quarterfinals of the competition. Netherlands manager Andries Jonker says his team have come to the Women's World Cup with the conviction that they can beat anybody after securing a quarterfinal spot against Spain. The Netherlands were forced to endure several anxious moments before defeating South Africa and booking a place in the last 8.
That part of me is happy. but the part of me that wants perfect football is disgruntled with the first half. We lost the ball too often to the opponent, and basically, we gifted a few chances for them. We corrected that in the second half, and we got into less trouble and played at a higher level, higher rhythm, and we set the pace of the game then.
Bayana are heading home, but they have certainly left an impression at this World Cup. Their players have brought joy with their dancing and singing before and after games, while on the pitch their exciting, fast-paced attacking play has entertained fans.
Always, if you don't take your chances, then that happens. I think our goalkeeper remember her for how well she played and not that one incident. But and in the end, the legs just wasn't there anymore for us to keep pushing for the duration of the game. But I said that they're going to be in a game, and they're going to know that we are here. And they spoke about underdogs yesterday. I don't think there's any more underdogs in this World Cup, because a decision or a goal here or there, speaking differently now. But I think the whole of South Africa should be very proud of this team. I know they got up very early in the morning and everybody expected a victory. But
And that's the Citizen FM News at noon. I am Lawrence Omoite. Good afternoon.